All right. I promise to keep this very quick as to not keep you from watching two old men talk about politics. And tomorrow is an important day because it will be the PCE data release. And while I do not think that is the reason it's going to be important, it will bring high volume trading to the market. And that means we will likely break out of this range. So it is something you should be prepared for. Now, there always is the possibility on a Friday when we get these data releases that we just end up getting a flat day, which means even if we get a large reaction after the PCE data, there's still a good chance that move is faded and we still close relatively flat on the day. And that is mostly just to make sure options expire worthless, and there's going to be somewhere those options are going to want to land. However, this is going to be very simple to trade. As I've continued to tell you, this is a very easy market to trade as long as you have a plan and you are following that plan. But let's focus bigger picture here on where the next leg in this market's going to be. And if we focus in on SPY here, as I've continued to tell you, it is going to depend on 547. If we break above 547, I do think we will go on another face ripping rally to a brand new all-time high right around 555. But if we do reject 547, it is very likely we're going straight down to 537. So I just want to keep it that simple. I don't want to say anything more than that. If we break through 547, I think we're going to 555. And if we reject 547 with high volume, I think we're going to 537. I'm not going to say anything more than that because I don't think anything else needs to be said. We're looking for the next major leg, and anything in between is just trading the range, which we are doing a very good job of trading the range in the Discord server with all of this volatility. So if you want those intraday updates and my charts throughout the day, you can get those in my Discord server. But if you're just a swing trader looking how to position for the next major leg, it is going to be depending on above or below 547. So just be prepared for that. As I always tell you, I couldn't care less if we get the bull scenario or the bear scenario. I'm prepared for either of them, and I simply just let the price action do all the talking and then I react accordingly. Now, intraday, I day trade and I trade what I see on the chart, but for swing trades, you need to position correctly, so make sure you're aware of that. And if you're not sure what to do, always go in the direction of the trend, which favors the odds that the bulls will get the breakout above 547 and go to 555. If the bears were in control, they need to show us very soon at 547, or they should have already showed us by now when we started to get the first pullback. So it's going to be very important to understand this is still a very powerful bull trend, which means the odds favor the bulls to push it to higher prices. So it doesn't matter if you're shorting or going long, but the trend does favor the bulls, so just be aware of that. On the NASDAQ 100 triple Qs, we were up 0.26% today, and just like SPY, I'm going to keep it very simple. 484 is your line in the sand. If we break 484, I think we're going to 493, and if we reject from 484, I do think we're going to 468. It's that simple. We have the bull trend. The odds favor the bulls. If we get the bull breakout, it's only confirmation we're going higher, and you should not be shorting if we get the bull breakout and a bull trend. On the Dow Jones, we were up 0.08% today, and we continue to hold this bull trend. We continue to close above 391, and the longer we continue to do that, as these Bollinger Bands start to expand, I do think we're going to 402 or possibly even higher. Let the chart do all the talking. As long as we can hold above 388 to 391, I think you stay on this bull. On the Russell 2000 IWM ETF, we were up over 1% today, and we did close at this resistance zone at 202, and if you want to wait to get bullish, you can wait until we can break above 203 to 204. However, in the short term, these are all higher lows and higher highs, especially with today's breakout above 201. As you've probably known many times, I'm very bullish on this, and I got the low risk entries down here at 198, and I'm not selling unless we break down to a new low because I expect much higher prices. But if you do want to wait for bullish confirmation to break out of this downtrend or this bull flag look, that is going to be the break above 203 to 204. On the ARKK ETF, we were up about 1% today. We still have the bear trend. We're still below 45. We're staying risk off below 45. If we could break above 45, that's going to be risk on sentiment. And for those of you that continue to ask, maybe you're just new to the channel, we don't actually trade ARKK. This is an indicator of risk on behavior because this is a very crappy ETF full of crappy stocks. So if this is bullish and going higher, that is a great sentiment indicator that there's a lot of risk on behavior in the market. This is still risk off below 45, so we don't have that indicator just yet. On the VIX, we were down 2.3%. The VIX is continuing to crush going into PCE data that could change very quickly. If we start to see high volume selling, expect the VIX to spike. And as the VIX gets down near 12, that's when you can get those cheap hedges where you can get one put per 100 shares and get very cheap insurance. If we do start to see a downturn, at least you're protected for very little cost. But remember, that doesn't mean you just load up on puts and do it as a short trade because we're in a bull trend and bull trends go higher. That worked in 2022, and a lot of you are still stuck in that mode and got burned last year and getting burned this year. Low VIX does not mean you just short the market. It simply means you can add some cheap hedges and you're still staying bullish in a bull trend with low VIX, low fear, and strong bull trends. That means the market's going higher. On Bitcoin, we are trading just above 61,000. I want to see that higher high breakout above 62,500 to say that this is a higher low, and then we should go to 64,000. But even at 64,000, there's a good chance that is another lower high before we continue lower. But you can stay bullish above 58,000, knowing that if we break down below 58,000, it's risk off and will likely flush straight down to 53,000. I'm bullish on Bitcoin in the longer term, but I want to see what happens in this range. I did trade it off support, and I will be selling it at resistance, and I'm just going to continue to work this range until we get a break of this range. And if we do break down to the downside, instead of shorting it, I would just be buying down here at support because I am long-term bullish on it. On Nvidia stock, we were down 1.9% today, and the bears do need to break it down below 122 before we can say it's bearish. And if they do that, I think it will see a major correction to take it all the way down towards 109 to 107. Now, if the bulls can hold it above 122, it is still possible in this bull trend we could make another brand new all-time high, or at least push to a lower high closer to 132 to 134. So Nvidia is as simple as bullish above 122 and extremely risk off if we break down below it. On Tesla stock, we were up 0.53% today, and I did tell you outside this upper Bollinger Band, there was very little chance we were going to blast right through 197. And if you look at the hourly chart today, we did build out a bull flag. And if that bull flag does resolve in us breaking above 197, I do think we'll go well on our way towards my price target right around 207. So the next bull breakout will be above 197 on that hourly bull flag to take us to 207. You could buy the dips as long as we continue to close above 185, and that's your critical risk level for the bulls. Also note, this is a very powerful bull trend just now developing in a multi-week consolidation phase that is now breaking out bullishly. It would be extremely foolish to try to short this stock right now. On Apple stock, we were up 0.4% today, and I did tell you there was a chance the bears could bounce it to a lower high. Anything below 218 could still bring us down to 204, so just be aware of that. Manage your risk at 212. If we break down below 212, get risk off. But above 212, I would not be shorting it because it's a bull trend above the risk level. So price and trend are telling us it's bullish, which likely means we're going to 218, and then above 218 I'm looking for about 230. So jumping back over to the S&P 500, tomorrow should be an exciting day of trading, but again, it is possible we close flat on the day after the intraday volatility because it is a Friday move, and that does mean they're going to try to kill a lot of the options. So I know there's a lot of hype around this event, and there likely will be a big move in the morning, but after that, look to close out your trades and start your weekend early because it's not likely going to be that exciting after the major event in the morning. So if you're sitting there all day getting chopped up, that's likely going to be why. Have a plan and follow it, and make sure you still understand this is a bull trend until it's not. If you want to come absolutely crush this market and get access to all of my intraday updates, technical analysis, and my trade ideas, that's going to be in my Discord server. And there are going to continue to be a ton of trade ideas, especially going into July, because we are getting lots of market volatility, and I am finding more and more setups that I love to trade each and every day. And we are going to continue to absolutely crush this market going into the next quarter. So if you want to join this optional Discord server, you can find out how to do that in the link in the description of this video. So thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you're crushing this market. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.